This week's edition of Eagles on Air was brought to you by Joe Knopp with GSR Calcium.
Welcome to another edition of Eagles on Air.
Good morning, OHS. I'm Paige Stevens here with Casey and Nicholas, bringing you current news from O'Neill High School.
The school board had a meeting on Monday to discuss construction firms. They interviewed 4 different construction firms, and all were strong candidates. In the end, it came down to cost and experience.
At this point, O'Neill Public Schools are still unsure whether the district will undertake a project at both the high school and the elementary, or whether they will have to restrict their efforts to one place.
If anyone has any questions about this possible project, they can contact Amy Shane or any school board member.
National Honor Society had a meeting Wednesday morning. They discussed plans for upcoming events.
There is a Veterans Day program on Thursday. Heidi Hostert spoke about the history of Veterans Day, and the American Legion Post number 93 came to post the colors.
Let's hand this off to the weather.
Bringing you the weekend weather forecast. On Friday, it'll be mostly cloudy with a high of 48 and a low of 23. And on Saturday, it'll be partly sunny with a high of 47 and a low of 24. And on Sunday, it'll be partly sunny with a high of 47 and a low of 28, with chances of freezing rain later that evening. Now to Dave for next week.
Hey, it's Dave here with next week's weather. Monday, with a high of 43 and mostly cloudy and breezy. Tuesday will have a high of 39 with clouds and limited sun. There's also a chance for snow in the evening on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday will be high of 39 with rain in the morning and ice in the morning. Thursday will also be a high of 35 with cold with clouds and sun. Now to sports.
Hello and welcome to another edition of O'Neill Sports Weekly. I'm Cody Knopp with Austin Ducker. Last week our Eagle volleyball team traveled to St. Paul like we talked about. They ended up losing in 3 to Kearney Catholic, but Kearney Catholic is a very good team, so I thought the Eagles did very well with only playing 3. Austin?
Winter sports are starting to kick off. Both girls and boys basketball have been having open gyms this week, and their practices will start Monday. Wrestling had a meeting this week and will also start Monday.
Wow, everything is going to start getting kicked off again. As for sports, this is Cody and Austin signing off.
Thanks, guys. It's very hard to believe we are already heading into winter sports and there's no snow on the ground.
The Student Council went to Macy, Nebraska for the State Student Council Convention. Their guest speaker was Famous James, the son of Famous Dave. They learned about Native American culture from the Omaha Nation, the host of the convention.
They attended their district meeting where Allison Depko was elected the Student Council District Board President. They went to breakout sessions where they learned skill building.
Next is a special feature video on what goes on behind the scenes of Eagles on Air.
From only having a voice podcasting on KBRX and our school website to now having a video broadcasted on Channel 7, KBRX, and our school website is what we call Eagles on Air. I'm Paige Stevens, and I'm going behind the scenes of Eagles on Air to show you how it's done. We start out by researching the weather for the week, getting the updates of Eagle Eye Sports, looking up the news on what's happening at OHS throughout the week, and reviewing a movie. With our found information, we type up a script. As you know, we have a feature story. This is any news that stands above all the other news, and we interview or show a special feature of it. We then find a time during the school day or after school that would work for us to record. We set up the camera and equipment in front of the green screen and begin recording. We either have someone there to start and stop the camera, or else we use the remote to control the camera ourselves. An interesting fact about behind the scenes Eagles on Air is that we've changed from our small green screen to a large piece of green cloth, which works a lot better. It was difficult using the small green screen when filming with more than one person at a time. It was easy to maneuver but hard to fill the space we needed to cover. With the big green screen, we can cover all the areas we need to without having any spots left out, but are not able to move it from Mr. Peterson's room. Also during the week, we search for sponsors to sponsor us. For $25, we include your name before and after the show, and for $100, we make up a 30-second commercial about your business. This commercial will also run on Channel 7 throughout the whole week. After the week's over, we send you a thank you. If you're interested in sponsoring us, please send an email to either of the 2 email addresses shown on the screen. After everyone has recorded, we upload it to the computer where we start our editing. We have to cut out all of our mess-ups and put everyone's part in the correct order. We also have to change the background from the green screen to the appropriate background. We add the beginning and ending sequences that we use for every edition of Eagles on Air. We also add any B-roll footage that is necessary. After everything is just right, we export it. Finally, we broadcast it to you on Fridays. You can watch or hear it in 3 different ways, on Channel 7, KBRX, or on our school website. So from all of us in Eagles on Air, we thank you for tuning in each week.
Now it's time to hear from our movie critic, Randy Baker. He is reviewing the movie The Grown-Ups.
Hey guys, it's time for another movie review. As you can see, I've got Shane Miles filling in to be the bologna eater. So let's get going. Grown-Ups is a movie that you will enjoy if you like Billy Madison or The Waterboy, and anyways, who doesn't like those movies? So the movie is filled with actors such as Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, Kevin James, David Spade, and Rob Schneider. They take their families and go to a cabin over the 4th of July weekend, and that is because of their basketball coach dying. Their kids that they take don't adapt well to this cabin out in the middle of nowhere because they're all cut up in like cell phones, video games, and all that kind of stuff. And the group is also plagued by an old basketball rivalry while they're there. They go to a restaurant where the character Dickie, played by Colin Quinn, confronts them about a last-minute buzzer shot where the character Lenny apparently had his foot out of bounds, and the rest of the movie is pretty hilarious for myself, and I'm sure that most people will find enjoyment in it also. The first bad thing about the movie is I feel that there is too much drama, so that's one piece of baloney. And another is that the movie does have a pretty flimsy storyline, so I feel like that is a major flaw in it also, so that's another baloney piece. Alright, sorry, he's kind of a rookie at this, but so anyways, besides with the 3 out of 5 baloney pieces, I would still recommend this movie. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Randy. Well, that is all for this edition of Eagles on Air. We look forward to tuning in next week.
Thank you for watching this week's edition of Eagles on Air. If you have any news or comments for future broadcasts, you can email us at eaglesonairnews@gmail.com.